I feel like you should hang around people who are raised just like you, if not similar to you, because the more I get older, I realize that a lot of these adults were really just children with no supervision. They're just children who were never given the proper care or attention, and now they're adults who we have to roam the earth with. And it's like, if you hang around someone who wasn't raised like you're gonna always have to explain why you're not finna do something, why you're not about to go there, who's over there, well, okay, well, what time is it gonna end, what time is it gonna start, like, living with restrictions, and not even living with restrictions, but growing up with guidelines will make you, it makes you a more like aware adult in a sense. And I've realized that a lot of these adults were just children who grew up with no guidelines. So now they're adults who definitely have no guidelines. And you'll just save yourself so much energy and words by not hanging out with people who weren't raised like you. Period, point blank. Like, the people who were raised like me, we have a ball. I don't ever have to over explain myself. I don't ever have to do too much. But it's always the people who I wasn't, who it's evident like, yeah, we weren't raised the same. Those are the ones I always got to over explain myself with. And it's like, yeah, you got to get up off my time because you're annoying. Yeah, I feel like you should hang around people who were raised.
I mean, I get what she's saying. I mean, and we ain't gonna sit here and act like we don't understand what she's saying. But and see, that's the thing where we're talking about age doesn't necessarily mean experience. You know what I'm saying? The key thing is experience, not just age. You know what I mean? And not just even experience in its own, because sometimes even if the age is up to date and all that good stuff, the person might just not be of the same social or whatever. I mean, I guess technically experience background. It's still experience is the issue because they might not have the same experience as you. They might have equal amounts of experience, but in different fields, different things. You know what I'm saying? Someone can have experienced just wealth their whole life, while this other person has experienced poverty their whole life. Like, this person has really experienced the fullness that wealth has to give within, whatever, 30 years. This person has experienced the fullness poverty has to give in 30 years. You know what I'm saying? Still equal experience, like, levels in life, but, I don't think they're going to really see eye to eye per se because, but, I still think there's still different factors involved because, could still be left to the person's personality. But, maybe they, when they learn about other people that don't have it, they might want to, help people get to where they are. While some other people might be like, nah, fuck that. You know what I'm saying? What the fuck is that? And whatever. All that good stuff. But, yeah, life is more, it's a compatibility thing, man. You know what I mean? Let's keep it abundant. It's really about compatibility. How compatible are you with the next person? You know what I mean? And sometimes even people from different worlds, different experiences, as I said, sometimes people's personality trumps that. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like this person is willing to learn and open to, better experiences or different experiences. You know what I'm saying? While some other people are just closed off. So I definitely get where she's coming from with it. You know what I mean? Like, but if you treat it that way, where you just don't want to get into any, I get it. If you don't want any shenanigans, cool. But if you treat it that way, you might not be able to learn from other people's, other perspectives. You know what I'm saying? And that might be the only downside I would say to that. You know what I'm saying? I get it though. If you don't want no stress, you don't want no stress. But that then limits you from experiencing more. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah, that's kind of that.
Just like you, if not similar to you, because the more I get older, I realize that a lot of these adults were really just children with no supervision. They're just children who were never given the proper care or attention, and now they're adults who we have to roam the earth with. And it's like, if you hang around someone who wasn't raised like you're gonna always have to explain why you're not finna do something, why you're not about to go there, who's over there, well, okay, well, what time is it gonna end, what time.
Yeah, I feel you.
Almighty push.
Person when no person of the person say them tell her. If that person show you person no get shelter. Ignore all the persons cause them lessons no be help her. He get certain persons with it knock her